Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to a Saturday Naples ride. This ride is a regular ride that we do every Saturday, with the exception that since we are in holidays and we are at the end of the year, we have a lot of visitors that come in during this week and do the ride with us. This was super fast ride. So I start at 5 a.m. in the morning. I did 100 miles today. I start at 5 a.m. I went to Donkey Donut at 6, have breakfast, and then I joined the ride at 7 a.m. in the morning, which is the started that you see right here. Look how many people are going out. This is just what they call the black ride, which is the fast ride. There was also another big group staying for the blue ride, which is controlled. This one was on limited speed, and it was actually very unlimited. We were cruising around 30 miles an hour, 32 miles an hour. We were getting a speed up to 36 miles an hour on the flat, and everyone was flying. There was a there was only, I would say, around 20 people that finished. The helicopter right here is not related. Nothing happens. It's just when I was on my way back, I saw the CCS saw that they were landing their helicopter in the middle of the next to one of their branches, and I just reported. Not related. So let's get back to the ride. This is the beginning of the ride. Um, Kind of like a control pace right now. Coming to the front because I started at the end. I wanted to record the whole group coming out of the parking lot, so I'm trying to go to the front before the hammer first start. There is a lot of friendly phrases here. A lot of people that come every end of the year and every Christmas and ride with us, and this has become a tradition, guys and girls. This has become a really good week for us to test our legs and burn some calories. So right now we're coming in the. This is like, I would say, like 2 miles, maybe 3 miles until we start. This is like a little warm up that we have, which today it was a little faster than a normal warm up, um, because of the amount of people and riders and teams and everything. So you're gonna see we got a lot of action. Um, Here we're starting. This is this is right now we are starting on the fast part. Um, this is Vanderbilt. We're already going over 30 miles an hour. I'm not gonna bother to get the power and everything because I did a small clips here and there, and it's gonna be too complicated. But um, there was a lot of teams, and there was a lot of firepower on this one. Got a couple of friends with personal PRs, and so you can see, and I'm looking at the video right now, and I can see that I have the camera a little lower than normal. Um, I think that I rectify that in a little bit, but you can see how many teams, how many different uniforms, and um, if it's not a master or a velo, a waldo or a 239, it's probably a visitor. We have a couple of guys that dress plain, like the one in front of me right here, but most of them, if you see a uniform like this one right here, on the right, little purple, that's from Sack and his buddies. So you're gonna see. We also have Justin on the scooter today. He decided he was not gonna put any power out of his legs, so he brought the scooter and he did the whole ride on the scooter. So he was protecting us. Really nice idea to having a scooter for the team, and and work it out. And moto pace is pretty advanced technique for riders because it's not the same when you're training on a 25 miles an hour that when you have someone steady that can train you at 30 or 35 miles an hour. Everything is different. So you can see by my body language here that we getting close to do a pull here, and they're flying. And you also gonna see um, my body here coming after me. He didn't even stop. So I got in my little break here and waiting for, and he flew by me. So we got a couple of guys that this was fast. So I got this little guy open, and I wasn't able to recover the way that I was supposed to because now everyone is flying by, and we're getting close to a street light. So which is always on red. This light over here, which is Bonita and Vanderbilt, is always on red. So it's a little break for whoever come to this light in a red situation or the high heart rate. So we get into the light as we speak right here, and I'm gonna pull in the corner and wait for the guys to go out. Gonna let the group go out a little bit so you can see how many people we have in this ride. Look at this, guys. Look how many horsepower right here. Amazing. It was supposed to rain today. They lied to us. It didn't rain. We're super happy. So we have a really, really good ride. It was not humid. It was perfect temperature. Maybe a little too hot for our friends from the north, but it was perfect. And we really enjoyed this ride. It was really good. So if you were part of this ride, thank you for making it safe and fast. And if you were not part of the ride, you missed a really good one. Hope that you can make it to the next one, because Naples Baylor is gonna keep riding all these days as a holidays, so it's gonna be a lot of fun until the end of the year. I'm gonna keep this part uncut, even though that we're just hanging for dear life right now. But I want you to see this is the part of that's still recovering from the hurricane that happened 2 years ago. But this is the part that we transition from Bonita to Fort Myers. This is the part that we have the little bridges, and it's really good. So we're going pretty fast. You can see right here we have in the right side one of our leaders. She's pretty good. She's just pulling back for a little bit. The pace is insane. The speed is crazy. You can see on the body language of every one of us. We're going fast, guys. We are flying. Haven't done a ride like this in a long time. So we got a little bridge here. You can see my body sack. He's sprinting. He's sprinting, and I'm like, I can lose that wheel. If I lose the wheel, then I have to work harder. So we were like hammering down. It's not a break. We're not getting a break. As a matter of fact, there was a solid pack all the way to the end. There was not a breakaway or nothing, even though that the speed was so high. The group that was able to stay, they stayed together until the end. So this part over here, we have that little 150 foot elevation. And now we're coming to our intermediate bridge, which is the biggest that we're going to have until the end. Some of the guys sprint at the end on the Fort Myers bridge, which is pretty awesome. But we haven't been able to do it lately because they're doing construction. So you have to slow down to the point that you're not contending to any fast speed or ride or race or nothing like that. You just have to slow down. And then if you want to do the bridge for more practice and a little more miles, you can do it. But it's not the same like when we used to come like full blast and take the bridge. And a lot of people, they don't do it anyway because it breaks your legs after doing 20 miles. This ride is like 42 miles, including the couple of miles that we have warm up, and then also the same miles that we have on the way back. So it's 42 miles, and we have like a 5 minutes, 10 minute stop in between, like around 20 miles in or something like that, which is the turnaround. And the reason why we stop is because we wait for the guys that decide to go and the girls that decide to go over the bridge. So the ones that stay in this side of the bridge, they take a longer break. So here we go, and we're going to the bridge. Now we got our body sack in front of me. He's going fast. We have to go fast. If we don't go fast, we're gonna encounter people like flying away, and we're gonna have people like kind of like not dropping back, but just like relaxing. They there is a lot of people that they know how to ride race, and so situations like this when it's on a like a small bridge or something like that, they don't hammer it down. They just let the flow goes, and then they just get inside the line. They don't care if they lose a couple of places because they whenever they slow down they go back to the front. So it's okay to lose some places instead of putting a massive effort and then pay for that later. So that's our like main bridge, and it's in between. Now we got another bridge, which is the iron bridge. And on this one, when it's a little wet, you have to be careful when you get on top of the bridge because it gets slippery. So we got Justin here on the left on the motorcycle. I was trying to play nice and saying hi to Justin, and I lost my wheel. And oops, let's get back to the wheel. So Justin, which is one of the strongest, all the strongest that we have here in Naples, decide to chill out and take the week off or also a couple of days off. So he came in a new scooter that I heard that he get it for the team. So he's gonna be, or someone is gonna be motor pacing, which is amazing. And it's also good for like when there is a big ride like this to have someone that you know that is gonna have your back and is on a motorcycle. So now I'm behind the horse. The horse is a nickname for Ivan. We got one before, but he didn't like it, so we changed it to the horse. And he has a lot of horsepower. Ivan has riding super good. If you have been following my channel for a while, you know that I talk about Ivan a lot. He's my friend, and he's also a pretty strong rider. Um, so he's in front of me here, and I feel super happy that he's here because it's a good wheel to be. I know that he's not gonna get dropped no matter what, and I'm also able to cover from the wind, which is this time the wind was coming kind of like right now we got headwind, but it's also coming from right to left. So that's why the rotation is going to the right. And then when we do this little turn here, we do the little curve to the left, we kind of like have we're gonna have tailwind. We got Justin coming back on the left on the motorcycle. I'm gonna keep going until the next bridge, and then on the way back I'm gonna cut a couple of clips because you're not gonna see more action from me. It's just hanging in the back. I keep looking at my hands, and I don't know why I have one hand that is in a different position like the other one. I know that I use my right hand to do a lot of shifting, and maybe the left hand is more relaxing, but it doesn't feels back when I'm riding, but it looks back on the camera for sure. So I guess that I'm gonna have to like do something about it, because that's the second video that I noticed, and since I've been riding with the camera on the chest more than the head, especially when there is a like a long ride like this one, 40 miles, and I was planning to do 100. I can do 100 miles with a camera mounting my head on my helmet. That's too much for my neck. So here we go. We're going to the last of the three bridges that we have. This one is an iron one, and if you look at the left right here, guys, look what they're building. When they finish that one and we have to take that one, that's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to see that one done. So on this one we have to be careful for sure. Uh, if you put enough power on top of that metal that is on the top of the bridge, enough power, and you're gonna slip your back wheel for sure. So you have to like kind of like push your power until you get to this point here, let it go really easy, and then go again, because it's not gonna be the first one or the last one that's slippery on that. It's pretty slippery, especially if it's raining. So I'm about to turn the camera off, and then we're gonna see a little of the turn around, and then we're gonna come back. So this is people getting a little break and get ready to go back. This is Carlito right here on the left. We got the guys. I came to ask Dennis how many miles, because he has been doing a.
You like it?
He
How
has
many
been.
miles you have already this week?
On this week, 800.
Each week, huh?
All the college kids.
Dennis is doing a video, guys, and I would recommend you to see it. He has been off from work for the past week, so he has been doing 100 and some miles, and tomorrow is gonna be day number 9. So he's trying to do 1,000 miles in 9 days, and he only have one more day to do it. So I would recommend you to go and see that video when he got it done, because it's gonna be awesome. So here we're starting our way back, and yeah, you have to see the video. It's funny because one of the days he has to jump in the trainer. Look at this guy over here on the right. That guy has been riding for 5 months. He's from Lee County, and his brother is a really really good cyclist from Miami. Really really good, like top of the cyclists over there. And I think that they got it on the genes, because he has been riding for 5 months and he's able to hang out with the big guys. Kudos to him. But getting back to Dennis, you guys need to see that video. There was one time raining in December, guys, in Florida. What going on with that? Like, I don't recall seeing a rain in December before. And yeah, raining, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow too. But we're gonna do some gravel. Well, what can we do? So this is the way back. We are already on hammer first mode, so everyone is like going pretty fast. Let me cut some little parts here and there, so you have to see the whole me in the back. So let's see what is interesting here. Okay, if you look at the front right now, not the guy that is just in front of me, the one in the right, which is Dennis. You're gonna see how he moved his hand right now. He's talking to the other guy on the left. We're getting up that little bridge that we went in the on the first half. Now we're going back, but they both are kind of, I don't want to say fighting, but they just putting the points. The guy is telling Dennis that he's on that he needs to take a line, And then Dennis is telling the guy that's his line. He's just there because he's taking cover. The wind is coming from the left to right. So I'm over here in the back suffering, and I see that I'm still talking. I'm like, wow, okay. A little action in the front at 30 miles an hour. That's good. So, my opinion, guys, and that's what I was talking to Dennis later. Something like that happens, and you present your point to the other rider. The other rider at that point, there is a lot of things that happen on a ride when your heart rate is really to the roof, and there is a lot of those things that you really don't mean it. So when something like that happens, if you got you have to cross some points with someone in the middle of the ride, race, whatever. If you see that your point is not getting across because the other person is stuck in their beliefs of ideas, just back away. You don't need to be a hero. There is a couple of reasons why it's better to walk away. One I would say is because walking away would make everyone in the back safer because you don't know if the person in the back is aware of what's happening or if you don't know how the other person is going to react and how that chain reaction is going to take to the back. So another reason is you don't know if that person is the sweetest person on earth, but at that point his heart rate is to the roof, and that's the only way to express it. Because it happens to me. I'm guilty of being in a ride or a race where I feel that I'm at my limit and something just happened that is not even related to me, it's not unsafe for me or nothing, and I start looking a different way. And I even make opinions on something that I don't even have to be involved. And it's just because at that point, my heart raised to the roof. I'm trying to say something where maybe it's not the best time. So, in my opinion, if something ever happened to you like that and you are in a ride, even if it's with a friend, someone that you know, just let it go. Because I'm sure that by the end of that ride, 99% of the time, at the end of your ride or your race, people will go back to you and say, I'm sorry, man, I didn't mean it. I really didn't mean it. It was a moment or the situation, but it's going to be pretty unusual that someone comes to you after the ride to keep talking about what you talk at 30 miles an hour with your heart rate at 180 or 170 or whatever. So, my recommendations, something like that happen, um, just let it go. It's okay. We just go to have fun and be safe, which is the most important part. Be safe. I have everyone behind you safe because it's kind of your responsibility if you want to ride in a group. Just everyone behind you is part of you, and everyone in front of you, you are part of them. So we got a lot of sun on the right here. You're gonna see uh how like if there's no bicycle lane, it's not safe to be on the bicycle lane. You have to like go in and out, in and out. So there is nothing to be. So we have to be on the street. And I'm starting to notice that the rider in front of me, which is pretty strong kid, he asked me at the end of the ride, it was a sprint. He was ready to sprint. So, but I was starting to notice that he was doing like a yo-yo. He was waiting too much and then he was sprinting just to stay on the wheel, which that would kill me. My legs at this point were not ready, so you can see how I'm kind of like opening a gap too, but it's because it was not consistent. The ride was not consistent. You can see how people like hammer it down. You can see the helmets go down and then the helmets go up and people stop pedaling. But this kid in front of me right here, um, and he was on the kind of like in the wing side. Or right now we have like kind of like side, like head side wing, and he was on that side. So I was okay to be on the inside, but I was not okay on waiting for him to jump and then jump after him. So I was trying to see when was safe for me to go around and safe for him as well. So you're gonna see it because I keep seeing him jumping like he's not anticipating. And this is something that I talked to Ivan, guys. If you're new to cycling or if you forget about it, like look at when you are in a fast pace, uh, in a comfortable pace, which is pretty much everyone here is. You look forward, and if you have take a head count and say, okay, I got 15 people in front of me. Maybe depend on how many people I got. Let's say that let's put an example. Let's say that I have 30 people in front of me right now. So this is when I'm moving around because he gave me that door open, and I'm gonna move and see if behind this guy I feel a little more comfortable, so I don't have to do jumpings. He is still kind of like next to me, but I already gained the spot. So even though that he's next to me, if he doesn't get behind me, he's gonna be pretty soon pretty tired. So, and that's what he did. He came behind me. So getting back to my point of the head counts, let's put an example. Let's say that we have 30 people in front of me. That's not an ideal position for me. You should always be on the top 10, 15 people if you can. A lot of people think that being in the back will make you go easier. No, it's not. Because most of the time when you are doing your effort, the people at the front already done it. So you just catching up. And when you're catching up, if they're ready to do another effort, then you have to double it while they got a little break. But getting back to the point before I forget, because I forget a lot of stuff. But let's say 30 people in front of you. You look up front, and that's what I was telling Ivan. You look up front of you and you say, okay, whenever I see, I'm not going to be able to see what the guy at the front or who's the guy at the front is doing. But whenever I see that the last 15 people, the ones in front of me, starting to bring the helmet down, start getting ready, because that means that the speed is getting faster. So when the speed go faster, if you wait until the guy in front of you start like going fast, then you open a gap, and that gap takes you so much effort to close it. But if you know, because you're looking ahead, also it would help you to prevent anything that happens. But if you're looking ahead and you see like 15 people in front of you start bringing the head down, that means that the speed is gonna go faster. Start going faster. Even if you overlap a little, if you're sure, if you're confident, just overlap a little, but make sure that when that speed get to you or the guy in front of you, that you're gonna be ready. That you're not gonna be at that point sprinting or saying, "Oh my God, now I need to close this." No, just keep the flow. It's like right now, if you look at it, I was in the back of one guy, and as soon as I saw that they were going up this little bridge here, and the people in front of me was slowing down, I safely moved to the left and gained a couple of spots without spending more energy or power than what I was doing. So yeah, we going back right now. I gonna lay you all the way to the end because we don't have much. We only have 12 minutes left. So I gonna leave the video. I don't know. It kind of like looks weird now on my right arm. It's like I'm stretching. Some kind of glitch on the camera. I don't know what's going on. I think it's the sun that is hitting on that side. But yeah, we're gonna have to make a right turn in the second light that is coming up, and then we're gonna go straight all the way to the light that we make a right and in the sprint. So I got Ivan on the front right here again. I don't know who that guy with the yellow jersey is, but he was pretty strong too. He was at the front and pretty active. So right now we passed a light that had a construction, so we were good to pass. and people behaved pretty good because they were they kind of like a wait for the whole group to regroup, and now we're gonna make a right turn, and we're gonna go all the way to the end. But the group was so big that there was only a couple of times, even though that we were going super fast, there was only a couple of times where we were single file. Most of the time we were able to have someone next to it. It was kind of like a single file, but not like a straight single file. Got people on the left and the right. We're getting close to that turn to the right, and then we're gonna go all the way to the end. We have to do one more turn. And that kid that I was telling earlier, that was in front of me, and I passed him because he was kind of like a sprinting. That kid asked me, well, he was asking somebody else, and I answered him that what was the sprint? We were like 3 miles from the sprint but he was ready. He moved forward, but by the end, and I don't know how he finished, but I think he finished pretty strong. So you can see, guys, on my the way that I'm moving, that we haven't slowed down. You can, and you see people like going back, and those are people that they have done the effort, and you can see the difference in between the way that we going up and the way that they're going down is amazing. It was pretty fast. I like it. I really like it. It felt like we have like 20 Justins at the front pulling at the same time. So we got my buddy Zach over here. He was supposed to have a new bike already. Where's he? Zach, where's your new bike? Maybe he has it, but he didn't bring it. And now we got Erica here, guys. We have to give kudos to Erica. She's not even the strongest girl that in this ride. She's also pulling at the front. She's just coming from a pull, and now she's getting inside here when they attack at the front. I feel bad that she asked me that she needed to come in, and I let her, but at the same time they attack. The good thing that there was a couple of people that we came around her, and she was able to stay in the group. But man, when you're coming back from an effort and you need to recover, and it goes the opposite way, it hurts. Because you're supposed to go and chill out in the back, so your heart rate goes down and your muscles relax and you get more oxygen on your legs, and instead of that, you have to like hammer it down to survive. That's one of the good things, that you're not supposed to be all the way in the back, because if she was all the way in the back right now and she didn't have this couple of people, including me, that we were able to come around, then she's done. So when you coming out of the pool, if you're gonna stay around close to the front, do it. Because at the time that you need to relax a little, at the time that you need to use that easy pedaling to get your heart rate now down, if you are in the front, you're gonna expect to lose a couple of spots. But if you are in the back, you can lose anything, or you will lose your connection to the one in front of you, to the right. So I got the same kid in front of me right now. We're getting close. We have 6 more minutes of ride. We're getting pretty close. This is a stretch line that we have all the way to the street light, and then we make a right, and then we have the sprint on the top of the 150-foot elevation bridge. So the guy in the yellow is going back. Look at Erica. Erica is going back to the front. She put a post on Strava today saying something, and I replied to her She has a BA engine for sure. So there was another attack right here, and I have to put a big effort to close it. Um, I was getting too confident in the back, and then I see that we're coming to this little bridge, and look at this. Now everyone is relaxing. I'm like, man, why? After I put all my effort, now I see that everyone is kind of like chill. That's because the guys at the front make everyone hurt. And by the time that everyone get back, the guys at the front are already relaxing because they were going down this little. I hate to call it a hill because it's not a hill, and it's not even a bridge. Oh, that's okay. So here we go. We got this light over here. Time to get a break. No, the light turned green. So here we go again. A lot of people take the opportunity when the light changed to go faster. So this area over here, guys, girls, if you haven't done this ride, but you planning to come to Naples to visit, if you ever heard about how beautiful Naples is and you want to come around, you have to bring your bike. It has to be like make plans for your family, bring your pets, but don't leave your bike at home. Bring your bike, you're gonna enjoy it. This ride on Saturday goes around the water pretty much all the time. Like 99% of the time is next to the water. You can see the water. If you don't want to do this like fast-paced ride, race style, you can do the most relaxing one, which is a blue ride, and enjoy more the views. And don't do it on the summer though. If you're coming from the north, don't do it in the summer because you're gonna sweat like crazy. But this time of the year is perfect. So this is another group that we're passing right here, and we give them a lot of space. I really like the way that the group performed today. It was pretty gentlemen and ladies what we got here today. Everyone was like synchronized and be safe and fast and having fun. You can see the guy in front of me, which was a guy that at a point was crossing points with Dennis, but this guy, he was pointing everything at the front. So everyone was kind of safe. So people in front of him were doing the same. That was pretty good. So they were playing cats and mouse at the front. You can see, like now we're getting close to the sprint. I'm not sprinting, so if you're waiting for me to go around and win the sprint, nah, that's gonna be in another TV show, not on this one. But I got Pat in front of me here. Beautiful Pinarello that he bought. Another one for his collection. So he's just pulling out. I'm pulling out a little bit. I don't wanna, even though the group is super safe, I don't wanna have any. And this is the kid that asked me where the sprint was, and I told him after this light, I don't want to be part of crazy sprint. And also by respect, if I haven't do much at the front, I don't want to be jumping in front of all those guys that have been part of the ride, active at the front, and just try to do something that make them feel unsafe, because they already kind of like have the feeling who is who, because they have been riding pretty strong for 40 miles. So we're going for the sprint right here. People going forward. The whole group is in front of me. I kind of like have like 2-3 people behind me. The sprint is on top of that hill, 150 foot elevation, and maybe 149. So we got the sprint on top of this bridge, 149 foot of elevation, 42 miles, so super fast pace. We got Justin on the motorcycle right here. He recorded the sprint. I think there was a guy one visitor, the one that won. I'm not sure who won the sprint. And this is it. This is the ride that we did on this Saturday. That was a pretty awesome ride, guys. If you were here in Naples and you miss it, you don't know what you miss. And if you are looking at this and you want to come to Naples, I would recommend to bring your bike. You're gonna like it. And then, of course, we're back to where we started, Naples Cyclists. That's what we do all the rides, starting at 7 a.m. in the morning, 7 days a week. Saturday and Sundays are the best. And we have here Reaper Jerky. It's taken care by Jason. Jason, man, he does a pretty awesome job. He helped the community a lot, and he was there with the trailer and selling the merchandise to all of us, and we were having a lot of fun. Thank you guys for watching. Hope that the 40 minutes didn't bother you, and see you guys on the next one. Can't wait until 2025 and start the races again. And if you like the alligators, buy a gravel bike and come on ride with us. There is a lot of them.